My idea was a big banquet, which would have performances all through it, but a very celebratory event, which combined staff and faculty in the creative arts, but also as many as possible of the student arts organizations. It was a lesson to me in if this had not come from the overseers, it never would have happened. Mm-hmm. It came from the top. It came from people saying, we want to acknowledge and encourage the arts at Harvard.
Let me just say one word about this arts first thing you guys are doing. It's just what's so moving is to see that most people who are practicing this weekend are themselves lawyers, doctors, future titans, and we're seeing them engaged in the practice of the arts across this weekend. The idea that the people who will occupy the boardrooms are this weekend performing in Arts First at Harvard is powerful. The intelligence, the awareness, the depth, the insight, and the human face, retain that knowledge. As you become the CEO of the corporation, please retain that and extend it.
The other thing that was noteworthy about that time was that there were hardly any arts at Harvard, nothing like what is here now.
The thing that struck me the most vividly when I first got here was the diversity of the community, the diversity of the Harvard community. And I'm not talking just about ethnic and cultural diversity, but diversity of interest and diversity of talent, I really, like you read in the brochures about how it's like that, but I didn't believe it till I got here,
That's how great ideas, if you're open, if you leave your ego away, out of the, I heard this in a documentary, a U2 documentary recently where Bono talked about songwriting. And he said, to us, the musician is low, the song is everything, the ego is the song.
Any of you that are going to continue on in the arts, whatever the craft, the main ingredient is passion. You have got to love it enough to really just say, screw everything. I'm going to do it.
You write because you, at some point in your life, were greatly pleased by books. The written word became a world where you were happy to dwell, and reading and writing are both ways really of dwelling in that world.
because music, to me, it's an internal language. It codes what goes on inside us. So I think the job as entertainer, communicator, performer, whatever, is to actually deliver that thing that has been so carefully coded into somebody else, and they can take it and work with it and do whatever they need to do with it as long as they do something with it.
I always say, one of my mantras is that if we don't tell our own stories, nobody else will tell them. So I really don't ignore, and I really do anything I can to get local voices, any kind of local, on the screen. So I really believe in the density of the frame. I always jam it with, I always believe in pure enjoyment. I don't do anything I don't fully enjoy.
A lot of us are looking forward to the performances and festivities as a part of Arts First, and I'd like to know, in your mind, why is it important to celebrate art?
Why is it important to celebrate art? Well,